Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's Comic Book Lover Boy back with you. Ah, sorry about the delay. I know I say that every time, and I'll probably keep saying it every time. Had some major health issues with my lungs, got better. My wife had some major health issues, she's gotten better. Everything's working out pretty good, so I've amassed quite a bit of comic books, and I was like, I'm just going to do a long run video. If you're into that, great. If not, I'm very sorry. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Mm. My dirty coffee cup. Yum, 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 yum. My wife bought them there. She calls them egg cups because of the bottom of them. They're perfect little coffee cups. I like them. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I like my coffee so strong that a fly can walk on it. Okie dokie. Let's get into this slowly but surely. Alright. Let me see here. This is Superman Gene 13. Number 1. It's a crossover. Haven't read it yet, but plan on to. I just bought it mainly at first for the cover. Then I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a read. I'm bad about that. I will read about anything I get, even how silly it is or not. But yeah, I'm going to give it a read. Just love the cover. It's a homage off of that Supergirl cover. None of these will be in order. None of these. This I got off of eBay right here. Quite a ways back. Here I have Detective Comic Books 1078 card stock. Very good story. I thought the cover was wicked. And like I say, none of these are going to be in order. I got this from my local comic book store. And let's see. Dust, I got off of eBay. Dust number 1 of 2. That was a cover buy. I thought it was pretty wicked. I do plan on reading it though. I'm way behind on my reading right now. Yeah, I really do need to catch up on that. I imagine a lot of people understand that though. Okie dokie. This is Masquerade number 1 Dynamite cover. Let's see, where did I get that? Oh, I got that from Mint Hunter. He does auctions on YouTube on the weekends, and sometimes he does just some promptu auctions as well. And I got that one for like $3 or something like that. It was a pretty good price. Shipping was more than the book itself, but that was a cover buy. This was also a cover buy. This is was that Bad Kitty or yeah Bad Cat I believe. From the makers of Good Dog. I don't believe it's taking off at all. I mean, none of these limited covers of these are worth very much at all, but it took me a while to find this one because I believe Bird City was the only one to put it out as a limited, and it was the only one that caught my eye. It's Homage of Badlands, one of their video games, I believe. And the 10th, number 1, first pounding issue. I wanted to see what this was about exactly. Somebody had said this was a pretty good story. I mean, I liked the cover too, but I wanted to see what it was about, so I got a number one of it. And this was a cover by as well, but I got to get the number ones and stuff. I always want to start reading some of these limiteds, and then I get hooked. I got to buy the rest of the dang series. But yeah, that was, I think, 1 in 100 or something like that. It's limited edition number 6. Lola X Loves and Kisses. And yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's back up just here. There we go. There we go. Oh, and dun dun dun. This one, Grindhouse number 8, Drive In Bleed Out. Now I got this from eBay. Oh, and I've got the Lola Hugs and Kisses from Graham Cracker Comics, which I like Graham Cracker Comics. They're very quick shippers, which I do like. I really love quick shippers. Now this one I got from a man on eBay, and it was just too good of a deal to pass up. And this cover, Grindhouse Drive In Bleed Out number 8, was banned in Canada. I like to collect weird stuff, and a band cover from Canada definitely suits my weird stuff category. And it is very sensual of a cover too. I mean, it doesn't quite show it. It doesn't show anything. It's just you know what the person is doing, and I guess that's what the Canadian authorities did not like. But who knows? Trust Justin Trudeau. You never know with him. All right, Independent Voices number 2. Now, if you don't know this is a cover by, you don't know me. Okay. Now, yeah, I seen this on somebody else's, and I was like, oh, okay, I gotta get that. Yeah, and I got a signed copy, as you can see, and yep, I'm very happy with it. Very cool comic book. Very, very cool comic book. Independent Voices number 2. Now, number 1 and number 3, not so hot of a cover. They're chopped up stories. I mean, they don't go online. Each issue, I believe, has like 3 different stories from 3 different creators. Uh, I'll read this one, and I'll see if, you know, if I like it, I'll get the rest of them. Bad covers or good covers don't matter as long as they got good stories. I know I do a lot of cover buys, but I have a lot of stuff in my collection that is just for me for read. Has no value whatsoever, has no great look to it. It's just great stories. And like my ice cream men, I've continuously collected my ice cream men because they have never disappointed me yet. This is Grindhouse Doors Open at Midnight #1. This is the 1A limited edition cover, and I ordered this from a person off eBay that lived in England because I cannot find any of these for sale except for a graded copy. And I did not want to buy a graded copy of this. I just wanted a regular cover. And the person was very nice to me over there. Oh my gosh, they were really nice. And they sent me, as a thank you, an extra copy. And I was like ecstatic. And I am ecstatic. I like that cover. And I want to read it since I got a #1. I want to read it. Now, this I got off of eBay, and the seller had put it down in very fine condition, but it was not in very fine condition. Oh man, I know you can't see it, but up in this corner right here, I had to fix this. It took me about 3 days to fix this, and the backside was even worse. And all the pages underneath it had to be fixed. It was a bit of a booger, and I contacted him and I was like, hey, listen, this is not, what you said it was. This is like worse. And he immediately said, oh, I'm sorry, and sent me a refund. And he had, it was like 8, 9 copies of it, and I wrote him back and I was like, well, I could send you back this comic book if you would just send me one of the issues you have that is not damaged. And evidently they're all damaged. So, I mean, he's trying to sell them for way too much for the damage that's done to them, in my opinion. Now, this one, when I got it, was probably maybe a 4 or a 3.5. And now it's probably a 7 after I got through working on it for 3 days. I'm going to keep it. It's going to stay in my collection. If I find one better, it'll go alongside it. But yeah, they're just really hard to find. I got #1 a long time ago, and you don't run across these every day. And the ones that you do run across on eBay are always very expensive. Very, very expensive. Alrighty. And then I bought another copy. Oh, Section 8, Nora Press. This is #4. I believe this is the first appearance of the Negative Zone in this issue. This is Vamp issue 2, gold foil cover. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, that was after working on it for a long, long time. It is just almost impossible to get a wreck corner or spine off of cardstock. I mean, you're pretty much stuck with 90% of the damage with cardstock comic books. But that is Vamp #2, limited gold edition. Yeah. I got it for a very low price, so I didn't skits about it. Man, this is a thick book. This was also a cover buy because I like Battle Chaser, and Red Monique is like one of my favorite characters. And this is a homage to Red Monique. Now, I haven't read this, and what I've read, what I understand about it, I'm not going to be reading it. But yeah, it's more adult type comic book. But I just love that cover, and I was like, heck yeah. The cover is why I bought it, but yeah, I won't be reading that. But I mean, to each his own. And that is number one. I think, yeah, that's number one. It's a limited cover, 20 covers, and this is number 16 of the 20. So that's pretty cool. I got it for not super cheap, but I mean, anything that mimics or homages Red Mocha from Battle Chaser is never cheap. This is Power Girl number one undercover. Uh, Lobos cover newsstand, which that is, I don't see why he would do a newsstand cover, but that is, that is a hot cover. I love Supergirl. I like reading Supergirl too. They're fairly well written. Uh, this is Ice Cream Man number 38. I believe that's cover A. I believe that's cover A. Very, very cool story. And this is Ice Cream Man cover B. So if you don't read Ice Cream Man, I mean, I'm sorry I keep plugging it, but read Ice Cream Man. Read it. Read it now. All right. Get these out of the way. And those were bought, I believe it was Sanctum Comics, I believe. That's where I get my ice cream because they always have both covers. Some places it's hit and miss. They might have one cover, they might have the other cover, or they might have one cover and one limited cover. But it's like, are they going to have both A and B, and that's all they collect of Ice Cream Man? This was a cover by, I've never heard of Primus Comics before, but I thought that was a hot cover. It reminds me of another comic book I got, but it is a little bit. I mean, they're both on motorcycles, but it is a little bit different. Oh yeah, and that's number one. Andrea D. Number one. I have no idea. I haven't read it. I probably will end up reading it. Okay. This is What If Venom number one. Variant cover edition. And that is cool. I like that. That is just wicked. I like that cover. I was like, yeah. And this is a Ferguson Nix number one limited edition. That is a hot cover. I was like, wow, that is a hot cover. That I like. Man, oh man. Very cool. This is a Walking Dead 19 anniversary issue. Campbell did the cover on this one. Wish I could get my hands on the original. The original's a wee bit expensive. Some of these comic books over here. This is Punisher War Journal number 75. This is the first full appearance of, what is her name? I forget her name. She takes over the Punisher mantle for a while. Very cool cover, I thought. Very cool. Bitches. And I didn't say the B, I said a W. This is limited edition Midtown Comics number 1 cover. I've been slowly collecting all of these. If you haven't read this series and you like horror, scary stuff, this is definitely for you. Because this was a good read. Definitely spooky. Definitely scary. I have all of the regular editions, but I've been trying to get all the limiteds, and but I've read the story, and it is good, very good. And I finally got my hands on this one. This is the first appearance of the female Black Panther. And if you don't know, I have made it my mission, I don't know if you've noticed through the videos, that I try to collect all the first edition or first full appearances of the female versions of the male characters. Kind of like Punisher one, the Black Panther, I have the Sandman, the Vulture. I mean, just for Spider Woman. I mean, it has been a goal of mine to try to get all the female doppelgangers of the male versions. And I just found out the other day there was a female Maduke version. So now I got to go after that. Batman Robin Lives 428. They're doing the story run of they did that story run where you voted if Robin lived or died. I believe they didn't even write the version where Robin lived because they believed no one would vote for it, and then nobody did. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's got to die." Well, they went back, rewrote it as if Robin had lived. The Joker didn't murder him. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. And then my Catwomen. And yeah, I do read these Catwomen. I'm sorry, but I'm addicted to them. Oh yeah, and that's 428. I got that at my local comic book store. Oh yeah, let's see, where did I get that? I got that off of eBay. Got that off of Mercari and Mercari. And this from my local comic book store. I just love the covers on these issues. And Catwoman 60. I don't think it's gonna stay. I don't think it's gonna stay. There it goes. Catwoman 60, the Flamingo. Now, this guy is no joke. He's what is it, outward, or he's homosexual. He's an assassin. He calls himself the Pink Flamingo, and evidently he can pretty much go toe to toe with Batman fist to fist. I mean, he's no joke of an assassin. He is very well trained. I'll get these out of here. Oh, sorry about that. Dun, dun, dun. Another Catwoman. All right. Catwoman 61. I got this at my LCS as well. If you haven't read Catwoman, it's a pretty good series. I mean, I mainly buy it for the covers, but I also read it, and it's enjoyable. It is. Okay. Another Catwoman. This woman's trying to take the mantle from her, which, well, you know how that'll turn out. Very cool. LCS, Catwoman 55. Alrighty. I know I lacked a lot on yelling out those numbers. Oh, man. Let's see. Detective Comic Books, 1079 cardstock cover. Very cool cover. Alrighty. I got that at my LCS as well. And another LCS by 1080. That is a cool cover. And a very cool comic book. Detective comic books do not lack. There have been once in a while some of the writers have, I don't know, just gone a little odd with his direction, but here lately they've got back on the ball. And last but not least, Tommy Gunn Chinese edition, or Japanese or Asian, but yeah, it's chrome cover, signed, and I got it very cheaply since Tommy Gunn is like, I don't know, very few of you knew who, I remember when it come out, Tommy Gunn, but never took off, but I'm a sucker for chrome covers, and a signed chrome cover I'm especially a sucker for. Well, that is all I have time for. And I just wanted everybody to... Oh, and I have changed my bags and boards to Proline bags and boards. They have a Silver Age bag and Silver Age board that match, and the board is double thick. And that is so cool because I've been double boarding my comic books for quite some time now, and it is cool to be able just to buy the double thick board already, and you don't have to worry about it. And it even feels stronger than a regular two boards put together. It's very thick. Yeah, I am very happy with Proline comic books. Uh, they always have good sales on their bags too. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope I got all the information out on each issue correctly. And tune in again next time for another Tales of the Comic Books.